Renegades of Long Beach Roller Derby, and you're watching MoonKILL Radio. Woo!
MoonKillers, and for those that have graduated from being MoonKillers, well, you're always MoonKillers, but props out to those who graduated to be ravioli heads. What is up, people? This is what is on the slab, taking you back and going album reviews on some older albums. And of course, hey, like I've said before, big props to George, our partner in crime, for getting me involved in reviewing more than just the punk scene and the new wave scene and and the other albums and stuff like he told me, you got a library, use it. This is one where we're going in our library, deep in our library. Before we get to that, hit us up at moonkillradio@gmail.com if you have anything for us. Subscribe, leave like, comments, all that good stuff. Again, being that we're doing we're going through our whole collection, man. So we're going through everything. We're gonna go through everything, man. But if you have anything for us, you wish for us to review, like I said, we want you guys to get involved. So hit us up on Gmail, send us an email, let us know what albums you want us to review, and leave your own little review as well, so we can read that on here as well. You know what I mean? They'll leave us your name and everything too, but your review as well, we can read that up there as we review it ourselves. Again, going into different genres, this is a great one, man. And this was not my favorite jazz record, even though it's kind of a jazz record, kind of not, but it'd be in the jazz section. This is Donald Byrd's Places and Spaces. This is a fucking great album. So this came out in 1975. But I've had this reprint for 30 years, 20 plus years I've had this reprint. So this is not an original, but damn near old though. This was a Blue Note record. Okay, again, this is a reprint. But it was a Blue Note record. Donald Byrd been putting out records since the 60s. The late 60s been played with a lot of people. You got Donald Byrd on trumpet, flugelhorn, and solo vocals, so he does sing as well. And taking account that Donald Byrd's records, especially through the 70s, were heavily sampled by rap artists. Heavily sampled, man. There's Donald Byrd samples all over the joint, but there's a lot on here. Songs that I know that were sampled from here, which was kind of one of the reasons why this was kind of the more popular albums in the early 90s to buy when you first started. Well, as far as I remember, when you first started buying old jazz records, this was kind of like the popular one to get first, because of a lot of the big samples that were on here. But I mean, other than just being samples, they're just great songs, right? So I just don't want to say, hey, buy it because this so and so sampled it or whatever. No, this is a great album that I would tell anyone to buy that likes some. It's not jazz, it's not straight ahead jazz. It's more of that like R&B jazz, So if for those that dig like an R&B sound, if you like a little funk, not too funky. And there's no kind of synthesizers on here or anything like that. But, like, to me, this was like good picnic music, man. You could just put this whole album on, let it play, or like clean your house kind of thing, open up all the windows and it's a beautiful day and put this on and it just goes perfect with your day. as you're cleaning the house or barbecuing or some shit. I was actually barbecuing the other day from this recording and played about half this album, which my family doesn't know a lot of this album at all, and they were grooving their ass off. It's one of those kind of albums, which is why it's the first jazz record I'm actually bringing up, because it's just a great, great album to play. So again, if you like some 70s R&B with a little bit of funk in it, but not synthesizer funk at all, this is a great album, a good feel-good record. A lot of uplifting kind of spirit vibe record, kind of shit like that, man. Shit like that. Yeah, whatever, all right? But you got Donald Byrd, and then you got Raymond Brown on trumpet, George Bohannon on trombone, Tyree Glenn Jr., tenor saxophone, Craig McMullen and John Rowan on guitars, and then Larry Mizell on the piano. Larry Mizell, of course, if anyone knows, he's went off and done other stuff on his own. Donald Byrd also has put out great albums deep in the jazz R&B community, especially with DJs and breakbeat DJs. So, like the Blackbirds, they were spawned from Donald Byrd. There's another band called Three Pieces. For anyone that knows that one, that is a great record, man. What is it? Back Against the Wall or something. I have a reprint. Could never find the original, but even my reprint, it's hard to find. But yeah, he's put out a lot of bands as well as his own stuff, and people have played with him that have gone on to do other stuff as well. But let's see. So you start off with side one. A song called Changes. Makes you want to hustle. All right, Changes makes you want to hustle. That's how you start the album off, and which is a great track. Kind of leaning toward a disco sound, but it's just got the band just jamming. Little tiny bit of disco-y to it, but not too much. It's not like you're not really gonna go Club 54 or nothing, but it's got a good dance vibe to it. Wind Parade, again, which is sampled heavy by Black Moon. I can't remember the name. Buck 'em Down, I believe. I think it was Buck 'em Down. Sampled that, but it's just a good track. More lower tone, more mellower vibe. And then they end, and then the side ends with Falling Like Dominoes. Falling Like Dominoes. Funky bass line on here, man. That, again, I heard the sample first before I heard the original, and which was Talking All That Jazz by Stetsasonic, which was a big cut in the hip-hop community, especially for dancers. And then also, Ice Cube sampled it in Death Certificate. Real quick though, I think I Want to Kill Sam. I think it was in that song. But it was real quick. I mean, it wasn't the whole song, it was just real quick. But starts off with just that bass line. That's where everybody got their sample from, and then goes off the rest of the song. Good, groovy, funky song. That's side one. Side two, Places and Spaces. Of course, for anyone like me who's a huge Pete Rock and CL Smooth fan, off of the Main Ingredient record, there's Places. I forgot the name of the song now. See, too much in my brain, man. My brain's mush. But that song alone is just like a feel good vibe kind of song, man. You should be able to play that anywhere and just get a good vibe off of everybody. It's such a great song. You and the Music, Night Whistler. Listen to Night Whistler. That is a fucking cool song. And then Just My Imagination, of course. Oh man, like I said, from our jazz collection, my jazz collection. It's not my favorite jazz record, but it is a great record nonetheless, and it's a great, good, feel-good vibe kind of record, which is why I'm kind of featuring it first for anyone out there. I mean, if it's not straight ahead jazz, so it's not like just crazy playing, blah 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 blah. You know, it's just real soulful. So for anyone who likes rap music, you know, and especially a lot of the ones that sample like 70s classics and 70s grooves kind of thing, I would tell you to buy this first if you don't know jazz records at all or where to go. If you want some songs that are not a lot of singing in them, okay, there's some singing but not a lot. And there's a lot of old school samples in here. I mean, I'm going to say old school because I know they were sampled in the early 90s, late 80s, in the golden era of hip-hop. A lot of samples came out of here from this record. But other than that, again, I'm not telling you to buy it because it's a sample-heavy record. I'd say buy it because it's just a good album. Fuck the sampling shit. To hell with that. This is just a good album to listen to, good vibes on it all around. Again, to me, it's like a picnic record. Like you can put this on any kind of picnic or anything. Bam, jamming, man. It's good stuff. Anyone can listen to it. It's not heavy on the ears. Like I said, or or you're cleaning your house. One of those kind of things. This is a good record. Again, Donald Byrd, Places and Spaces. Yeah. Check it out. Give it a listen on Blue Note Records. Give it a listen again. If you guys know what I'm talking about, or if you go back and listen, if you go listen to this record, come back and leave your comments, man. Leave your comments, subscribe, like, do all that stuff. If you've never heard it, if you dig what I'm saying to you, then go check it out yourself. Get into it. See how you like it. Again, I would tell anyone that's not big heavy jazz fan, and you kind of like that real groovy kind of jazz, and but not the elevator jazz, later on shit. I would tell you to start here, right? This is where I tell you to start. This is one of them I would tell you to start with, of course. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Thank everybody out there participating and stuff. And till the next one, this is MoonKILL Radio for What's on the Slab, and we're out.